Okay, hey everyone, welcome back. So last time we finished most of the core functionality. We got the names, that the kind of the options here to be randomized. So in particular, we made sure that there's always one correct answer, but that the three others that are chosen are randomized, and that the permutation applied to all of these butterflies is random as well. We also cleaned up a lot of the code. So now we have just like dedicated sort of like render sections, and the main function, instead of being something kind of huge to pass, is something that is a bit easier to do. And so, in particular, our main loop is just compute the button geometry, update the state, and then finally render it. However, while we've been working on all of this core functionality, there's been some really important things that we haven't yet done. In particular, all of these images were uploaded to Wikimedia Commons under Creative Commons and public domain licenses. However, given how nice all of these photos are, right, I've purposely been choosing some really beautiful photos. We should really give attribution to these within the app itself. So to start off with tonight, I want to use the import function that we wrote a while ago, which in particular sort of took in the names of these authors, and then the license under which they release these images, and just have them on the app. And then I think it's coming about time to actually start writing a README for this project as well. Currently, if we were to look this up on GitHub, there's not really that much information there. In particular, if I go to github.com, loaded, and then check out this project, it doesn't have any README, so we should really start dealing with this. Okay, interestingly, there is some pull requests. And this is in particular. This is really. Oh, I think I know who has done this actually. Okay, maybe I can look through this a bit later. But thank you Two Step in particular for uploading that request. But so the main things today, let's get attribution in here. Let's make a README, and then there should be some time at the end to add some extra images to this. In particular, I want to use all of the butterflies in this book, and there's quite a lot of them. But really, this is just the tip of the iceberg. These are just going to be the most common ones. There's more species of insects in the world than any one human could possibly learn in a lifetime. But I think it's possible to learn the essential ones, and so that's what I want to do. Okay. So let's begin by just rendering some text, I'd say below the image, just describing the author and the license of these. So let's go to our render function. For all of the text so far, since I've wanted the text to be centered, we've had to write, I've written a different type of render function than the standard raylib one. In particular, what was it called again? It was render text center. Okay, if I just jump to the render function, I can read out what it is. We're doing this. Oh, it's just called draw text. Okay. To do make vec2 type, which we've done. So, what are these other to-dos? Figure out why zig.string pointer works. I'm not even sure what that means, but okay, I'll get rid of that. Oh, it means this one. Okay, fine. I'll leave it in. But anyway, the point here was that we had to measure the text first to figure out just how high it was and how wide it was before we repositioned it and then drew it with raylib, since with raylib by default draws things from the top left going to the right. So in this particular instance, what I'm thinking of doing is having just the author, the photographer's name starting from the top left around this area and then going right, and then kind of putting the license information aligned to the far right. So then, in fact, it would be good to have a function that just draws the text in any kind of like position. An easy option would just be writing two different procedures now, one for the top left, one for the kind of top right aligned. We could possibly try and even modify this itself to take in an extra argument, in particular an enum, that would just describe the kind of how it should be aligned. But at this stage, I'm feeling it's easier just to write separate functions to do this. So let's begin that instead. So we can say function draw text top left, and then for this, I'll kind of want to do a similar thing that's up here actually. So we're just going to take in a string, the position, the height, the color, and the font. If I'm updating this to say draw left top left, why don't we do this like draw text center, and likewise let's do a draw text top right. Okay, so this draw text in the top left, it's kind of basically going to be this, but we'll need to do this conversion from Zig's vectors to the raylib vectors. Okay, so let's see. So we're saying here, the top left position here is just literally going to be the first argument of this position vector, and then the y will be the second argument. For this raylib string, we will need to convert that as well. Just do it like this. Now, actually, here on previous streams, the type of the string we're actually calling is slightly different. In particular, it is a null terminated string, and so if this is the case, I feel like it should be possible just to call it directly. We'll see if this actually generates some compiler errors. Because I think when I read this when I originally did, I'm still in the process of learning Zig. This is one of the reasons why I'm building this app. I think the best way to learn something is actually by building it. But I imagine that should be fine. And then, what other kind of conversions did we do? We won't need to measure it for the top left position. I guess for the spacing, we will need to duplicate this calculation as well. And then I think that kind of should be it. Okay, so let's update all of these functions then. So for the draw text, currently, this is the code where we're drawing the button text. We're drawing this in the center. So we want this to be the draw text center option. And then we also want to draw the attribution. Currently, I want to rearrange this a bit. I feel like in terms of the layout of this render code, it should just match what we're actually seeing on the screen from top to bottom. And so instead of drawing the image and its border at the bottom, let's put that up here. Then let's do the image attribution. So in particular, we now want to say draw text top left, and then we can I'll split the screen the other way. Let's see, we want to do, here it is. We now want to do we need to take the photo index, so we want to say in the photo info array, take the current photo index, and then first of all we'll just render the author, and then we'll also need to decide on the position. So we can say just attribution position, which we'll define up here. So let's see, a constant of the attribution position, and then we'll fill that in later. And then the height, this is going to change a bit, but we may as well assign this a constant as well. So we could say just attribution height. Attribution height. And then the color, given that the app kind of has this gray background, maybe white would be a sensible choice here. Okay. Okay, so we'll need to set the attribution height here at some stage. Okay, let's see how we set the button height, because everything here is done relative to the coordinates of the screen. We haven't yet passed in the flags necessary to make this window adjustable. We'll do that later, but we will eventually, which is why I think it's important to scale everything relative to the image size instead of some concrete value in pixels. Okay, so at least for the button width, how do we define this again? So we set the button height and the button width to be, say, 0.1 of the screen height. So maybe 0.05 would be okay for the height. So we'll say this height is equal to this much of the screen height, and then for the attribution position, how are we going to set this? What should we set this to? So why don't we make this a vec2 that is oh dear. Actually, I was worried for a sec that we would need to first of all just calculate the image dimensions and then do the offset relative to that. But in this app, the height of every image is the same. So we can just read that in. So the image height is a global, so we can literally just use that. So for the attribution pos, we want to do the image center. It should really be called photo center. So this will give us some. Let me just do a global replace now. So we want to replace image center with photo center. replace this one, replace this, okay. Like, I'm slightly confused why there's a screen center and an image center. Let's change this to photo center and photo height. Okay. Okay, so then we're taking the photo center, and then we're adding to, we want to subtract from this, say, half of the photo width. The photo width is going to change though. Okay, how are we going to do this? We'll figure that out from the line above, and then we want to figure out the height. So the height is also going, hang on. The x coordinate of the photo center, sorry, yeah. We need to take coordinates. And then we take the y coordinate, and then we're adding to that. We should be subtracting from this, since the y-axis is flipped in RayLib, the photo height, half of the photo height. Okay. So now to do the photo width, I don't know why I've duplicated that. We're gonna have to read this off from the draw border texture function. Since in this we determined the scaled width, so why didn't we actually return that? So we're returning an F32. So after we draw this, we can return the scaled width. So why don't we say then draw image, a border for it, and return the image width. Again, I keep on saying image. I should really be saying photo. Photo is far more descriptive than image. And then that will be this thing. Okay. Maybe I've skipped something, but if I have, the compiler will tell us. Hey, hey, two-step, I did see your pull request. Let me just work on adding this attribution stuff, and then we can do the randomness stuff a bit later. Okay, so what's going on here? Line 300, expected. Why is this expecting a semicolon? It's because of this. Okay, 339. Okay, don't know how that got modified. This is more what I was expecting to see. Okay. Use of undeclared identifier RL string. Sure. Right, because this is meant to be just the standard string now. And then unused function parameter font. 258. Yeah, let's comment out this one for now. Use of undeclared identifier screen height. Oh, it should be this one. Oh no, that's not. It should be photo height. What are we talking? No, yeah, it should be the overall screen height. We have a typo. Photo info array. Mm, 300. Expected 5 arguments, found 4. What did we forget to do? So it was expecting the string, the position, the height, the color, oh, and then the font. So yeah, we should choose a font for this. Let's I feel like for the sake of consistency, we should just use the same font as that we're using for the buttons. And so that was what option was that? We were using button option font. But it might actually make sense to maybe we just call this attribution font. And then when we set this button option font, we'll just set the attribution font to be the same. So we can now say attribution font is equal to this button option font. That's maybe clearer to read that way. Type does not support what, did I just do a typo or something? Oh, I did. I see like a double C somewhere. Okay. So now we're back to this one. Type does not support indexing. 302. Oh, what? Like, what's happening here? Why? I don't understand this error. Type does not support indexing. Like, yeah, what's going on here? Operand must be an array / tuple or vector. I get why. Like, in this draw text top left function, like procedure, did I index the font at all? I didn't think so. Oh, oops. Yeah, the font should be the last thing and not the first. It's kind of weird that it errored there instead of... I don't know, no, that's no, it's... The compiler was right to error where it was instead of here. So now I am confused. What's going on? What is going on? Oh, I think this really should be photo info array. Yeah, I think I was indexing some struct instead of the actual array that that we have. Okay. Now what is it? Expected type blah 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 found 0 const. So okay, so I guess just calling calling the function even with this, calling this array function which is expecting a C string even with this null terminated string is not enough, I guess. You think the arrow in the error message is pointing at the line above since it's too wrong? Yeah, it's finding... Oh, okay, so you're saying if actually... Yeah, it's something to do with this. It's seeing this, but I think it kind of wants this. Okay. We might have to do this like string.pointer business instead. Oh, unless... Okay, hang on. What's the... Let's see what this arraylib function is actually doing again. Draw text ex. Like, I wouldn't have to take a pointer to this, would I? I mean, I guess that's kind of what, maybe that's what we were doing with the string.pointer thing up here. I guess I can try just putting string.pointer here, and then likewise in the draw text center, also do kind of common name.pointer. Oh no, this, hang on. We don't want to be doing that there. We want to be doing it here. Nope. But actually, it's saying maybe it wants like a structure of a font instead, and I'm doing a string. I think I may have permuted the order of this stuff in what this actually, in what the order should be. Okay, so yeah, draw text ex. Oh damn. Okay, yeah, it is. Oh, this is annoying. So what's so the correct order is font, string, position. What is this? Okay, so it is, yeah, a font, string, position, size, spacing, color. Okay, so down here should be the same. The font, string, position, height, spacing, color. Okay, we now have text on the screen, but in a weird place. Let's adjust this attribution height, position height then. I think there should be a plus. Yeah, so two-step says, yeah, makes sense. No terminated string is slice type at that point now. Okay. Good. Okay. Maybe it took a bit longer than I expected, but hey, we now have the text of the authors on here. By authors, I just mean photographers. Okay. We should also now write the right-left text function to display the attribution now. So top right. Was it draw text top right? Okay, so let's just do some copy pasta of whatever's here above. And hang on. It makes more sense to copy pasta the center thing. Since we will need to do some calculations for this one. Okay, so then we've measured the text, and then we need to determine where the top right position of it is. So, sorry. We need to, if we were passed in the top right position, we need to work out where the top left position is of the text. So the x position is just going to be the, and x space position, not x position as in ex position. We just want to subtract from the passed in top right position the x coordinate, and then for the y position that should remain the same. Okay, and then let's now call this again. So in our render function, when we're doing this attribution, we now want to say the constant. I'm going to have to do some rewriting. This attribution pos is a bit vague. What I really mean is the author position. So now let's say constant license position is similarly a vec2 where we take the photo center and then we want to add to this the half of the photo width, and that should be fine. And then the y coordinate is going to be the same as the other one. And then we want to draw text in the top right now. And the thing we want to draw is the license. Now if the license pause, then everything else should kind of remain the same, I think. We'll just say like it's going to be the attribution height is the same. Let's make this text have a white color, and then we'll make the attribution, we'll use the attribution font as well. There's also these debug options currently saying correct option selected. I should get rid of that. Mark this as debug and then comment it. Okay, we had an error. 313. Undeclared identifier license pause. Again, it's like spelling errors. It's fine. Really, I thought, I didn't expect there to be another error with stuff. Wait, what? Okay, this is why I want to do string.pointer, I think, for measure text. Oh, hang on. No. The type of this, we want this to be a null terminated pointer. So that should be fine. Okay. So hey, things are now rendering. This is the pipeline, right? Yes. Okay. Oh no, it was. Wait. This, okay. I'm now thinking there may be an error if maybe an issue in that if the author's name is like too long. Let's just have a look. Was it modern CSV? And like amusingly, actually, like the name Windows displayed was the name we adjusted last time, which was a surprise, a positive surprise. How large can the author's names get? It's okay so far. However, it might be an issue. So maybe let's just adjust the spacing a bit. In particular, let's make the size of the font slightly smaller and add a buffer between it so that it's not just immediately getting drawn at the image height. Okay, so we want to change the author position slightly. And actually, I realized there was maybe like a copy pasta error I'm doing here. This part here should really just be author position 1. So yeah, so for the x coordinate, let's adjust. Oh, hang on. For this entire calculation here, I can just say this is the author position plus the offset. So in particular, the offset we're going to have is the photo width, and then we're not adjusting the y at all. Like that's way easier to read and understand. Okay. So we want to increase it downwards a bit and adjust the height. So maybe instead of 0.05, it's 0.04, and then for the position, let's make this. We want to adjust the y So let's add in some epsilon. So why don't we just say attribution spacing is equal to 0.001 of the screen height. And then we'll make this attribution spacing there. Okay. Let's see what this does. This is all right. I'm already liking this a bit better. I think it looks better with the buffer now. This is the Western Tiger. Check a spot. Okay, this is working. Like, at least on my screen, there's some kind of weird pixelation going on with the text, similar to this. Yeah, when we imported the font, we did do it at a large, size, like 200 here. Maybe it would be possible to somehow, I was gonna say like dynamically do this, but I mean, okay, I suppose it could actually be possible when we get to the screen resizing stuff. Once the screen is resized, you could have like a single core to reload this font and then start using it again. But this seems a bit messy. Like maybe the font is too large at the moment, but if it's say like one given that the screen is 1080, the height of it is 1080, maybe if we just make it 180 it would look better. Okay, anyway. Okay, so now we've at least have some like the people who spent their time going into the natural world and spending a lot of time there to get these awesome images can actually have their names on the app. To not do this would be really terrible. But I think we can do more as well, in that for many of these Creative Commons licenses, you kind of need to at least indicate, you need to have a link to the license somewhere. And, you know, I think it is actually kind of going too far and unnecessary to like clutter the screen with like all of these URLs. But I think it's fine if we instead just say, hey, if you're wondering where to find the license, look in this file. In particular, look at this CSV. And I think likewise for the photo URLs. Maybe it would be possible to actually make this app do some operating system call so that people could click on this text here and then open up a window in their web browser that has this link, or likewise click on the image and it like takes them to the Wikimedia Commons page with the photo. But currently I'm opting just to have a sentence at the bottom that says, hey, all photos in this project are on like Wikimedia Commons, check this particular file for the license. So let's do that then. To do so, we'll need some space. Currently, I'm kind of not liking the space between these buttons. There seems to be too much space. So let's adjust the button space, and that will give us space for any text at the bottom. To the button space areas, when we define what the button, we want to adjust the button vertical space and the horizontal space. So for our button geometry function, we're defining this horizontal space to be 10% of the screen width. Yeah, let's move that to 0 to 5%. And let's adjust the vertical space to 5% as well. And then for the button center, we're saying this is 80% of the screen width. Let's move that up slightly. I'm still getting button click debug messages. Okay. We can actually just remove all of that. I'm not expecting any more bugs with regards to that, so we can get rid of it. Okay. Maybe 0.75 was a bit too much, but I'm liking the spacing more. So back to the button geometry. Yeah, let's move this back to 8. Let's see what this gives us. And we should also save it. We should save what we've done so far. Yeah, this strikes me as better. There's now at least a decent amount of space between these buttons and the image text. Okay. So let's add everything. And then we can say added added extra text rendering procedures, rendered initial attribution text. Okay. So if we go back to the app, I still want some extra space at the bottom. So maybe actually we can slightly reduce the size of this image. So if we go to the photo height, which is currently half of the screen width, and maybe we just make this 0.45. Okay, and then we do change the 80% back to the 7.5. But we also want to change the photo center position as well. So instead of having this centered at 1/3 of the screen width, let's move that back to 1/4. So compile and run, please. Okay. This is the space at the top is a bit too small, but we've. Okay. I reckon like a slightly more tinkering and we'll get there. So maybe we actually center this. Let's go like 7.5. Okay, that should be enough. Let's then start getting the text rendering at the bottom. So we've done the button colors, done the button text, and then let's here say draw extra attribution information. So now we can say the info message, and we want this to be now terminated, is going to be yeah, the images, or like all the images in this project are available on Wikimedia Commons under various Creative Commons public domain licenses. This is already like really really wordy and maybe too long. See image info file, file name for links to these, and then we want to draw this. So now we want to say let's draw text in the center way. And so we want to draw this info message. We then want to determine its position. So we say info position, which we'll define here. Then the height. I want this to be smaller since it's like not as important as the other stuff. So then why don't we say this is like attribution height, but times like half the size of that. Let's also make this, render this in white, and we'll still use this. We use the same font as, no, we can use attribution font. Okay, let's set the position of this. So we want this to be center aligned. And then in terms of vertical location, maybe like 9.5 times the screen height. Yeah, let's see how this goes. So for this image info file name, this really should be a constant defined very close to the top. So you can say we're not going to be calling this doesn't need to be null terminated, since we're not going to be calling any yeah, this should be fine. So currently it's called image let's just check, right? Image, yeah, image information, image information.txt. But we'll probably change it at the end. In fact, we really should change it now. So instead of image information, it should be like photo information links license. This text size seems a bit too small. Okay, but let's just change some other stuff then. So instead of image information, we want to call this photo, like photo links, photo sources, licenses, photo source, license links.txt. Okay, so photo license, and then we're gonna have to adjust something in here. Okay, so instead of embedding this image information, we're now embedding. I so often just forget what I immediately type. I was gonna say image info tana, but again, we should call this like photo info tana. photo information. And then the other time where we used file name. Okay, I think that should be okay. But we also wanted to adjust the size of this text at the very bottom because it was a bit too small. So instead of 0.5 times the height, why don't we make this like 0.75? Okay. Yeah, I like the size of this better. This seems to be, yeah, it's not, like no one, like given everything computers can possibly be dynamically scaled, if it was a concern enough for the developers, no one should be squinting at text. Yeah, I refuse to make any app where anyone squints at any text. Okay, so this is, it's fine. Yeah, and the positioning seems to be all right. Again, I said all these images in the project. What I really should say is all the photos. What is Emacs doing? Get out of this Emacs. Good. Okay. All the images, all the photos in this project are available. Or not available, like are from Wikimedia Commons. Let's use a semicolon C for their sources. We'll save this again if it works. So like there is a possible rendering issue with this, which is that when we make this the size vary, like the size dynamic, it will be possible to scale the width of the window so that it kind of cuts off this text and the rest runs over the screen. This is a small enough project, and that's a small enough edge case that I don't care to figure out what to do in that case. We would need to write some generalized sentence paragraph rendering code, but that adds another like level of complexity. I think this is fine. Anyone who's looking at this now can go, okay, I know who took this photo. There's no link to it, but then at the very bottom here it says see photo source license link for their sources. That's where I can find further information on this. Okay, so let's add all of this in here. So we can do added added a sentence describing where links to the photos photo sources okay. So let's see. So now I think it's time to really write write a README for this project and start really start documenting it some more, since currently it's just empty. I guess actually before that, two-step. Let me have a look at this pull request and the randomness stuff. So so what are you suggesting? Okay, Let me just push this to the cloud first. Oh, okay, it's fine. We just did. So note, I haven't been able to compile this on Linux due to some missing OpenGL and 11lib, so it may not compile at all. I just wanted to show how we might be able to simplify the randomization a little. I developed this with some tests and seem to be producing good looking numbers, but I haven't been able to run it due to the above. The idea is to maintain a photo indices array which goes from 0 to number of lines and which is initially shuffled. Oh great, yeah. So this is currently right. It may be possible that we see like photo A, photo B, A, B, A, B, A, B, something like that. But this is a way to really like uniquely permute all of them. Okay, so current photo index gets incremented by 1. I'm confident this is correct. Okay, so I've it's been a very long time since I've done any like pull quest merging, so let me remind myself how to check to see how this stuff works. So so how can I check what the differences are? Is it this one? Okay, yeah, so you're saying yeah, I think this is what these should be anyway, if they're not already done. And then okay, yeah, let's yeah, let's happy with that. Happy with yeah, so you're saying to find this to be the photo indices, this is what we'll shuffle and randomize. Oh, oops, did I leave the current text options? Current text options like that. Yeah, okay, cool. These are more sensible. Okay, and then for the initial photo selection, instead of just choosing one randomly and doing that, you're saying simd.iota number of lines. What's this? Yeah, what's this simd.iota? I haven't looked into this before. Okay, so if we go to zig lib library standard simd.zig iota returns a vector containing the first ln integers in order. Oh, okay, that's a really handy thing to know. So yeah, so fill it with what does the 32 here do? Oh, why is it 32 here instead of youth 32? Anyway, if that's a compile error, we can change it. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And then we just like do some random shuffle of this, and then set it to 0. Update button options. Yep, that looks good. And then yep, and then instead of just dealing with that, we want to pick that instead. So yeah, increment it by 1, and then if it's exceeded the limit and it's equal to the number of ones set it to 0 again, and then reshuffle stuff. Cool. And then, okay, so yeah, you're not a fan of my permutation stuff. Okay. I mean, yeah, it was an exercise for me just to do that. But this is a lot less code, so yeah. If we're already using a shuffle function up here, we may as well just use it twice. I'm not concerned about that. So yeah, do that. Then so yeah, so we randomly shuffle these again, and then just pick 3 of them, and then kind of add it to the solution, right? So you're saying if index is equal to the solution index, continue. Otherwise, wait. What's this part doing? Oh, yeah, you've said you've set I to already be 1. Okay, yeah, so totally fine. Yeah, this was great to me. Yeah, thanks for these additions. Okay, so now what buttons do I press? So I guess I just say comment, approve. Yeah, thanks for the additions. Yeah, like the shuffling the question order this way will result in repeats. I'll say thanks for the additions. Yeah, and for watching my streams. Okay. Great. So now I just press submit review right, and then it should be. Now I can do the merge pull request. Okay. So I think that should be done now. Okay, so now let me pull in the changes then. Cool, and let me see if it still compiles, which it should. Oh yeah, this was the one I saw in the review, right? This needed to be a U32. What was it? 211. I think let me just relaunch Emacs again. I think there's some extension that enables you to like detect when things have been changed, but this will work in a moment. Okay. Compile, please. Oh, some like slice issue. This will be easy to correct. So yeah, expected type U8 found this. So oh, we just make this a U32 then, right? Pointer child, type child cannot cast into. Okay. If we just make everything U8, like none of these, there's not going to be more than. Oh, okay. So I want to say there's not going to be more than 255 animals in this app. Yeah. So it's just fine if we make this U8, but yeah, if other people want to adapt this app and add more animals, they'll run into this issue. It would be good to just comment about this though. So we'll say note, currently the order of the animals shown is we should add in an assert actually saying that the number of lines is less than come back to this. For like the count lines, let's just do assert number of lines is less than 255. The order in which the questions are chosen is done by creating a array of type number of lines U8. If a quiz with more than 255 animals is desired, yeah, the code will types from U8 will need to be updated. Okay. Yeah, is decided by commuting an array of type has more than arrays will okay. Yeah, I think like yeah, like U30 tie, like U8 will be fine, but I think I'm fine with U8s here. I just want to add this in so that someone doesn't, if anyone else uses this, they don't run into some bug and then spend an hour going, what on earth happened? Oh, the author just decided to use U8s instead of U32s. Thanks for letting me know. Like, at least if this is in the code this way, whenever like the assert error will first of all tell people, hey, something's wrong, and then when they look up the line, they'll see the error. Okay. Okay, so then okay. Let's just compile this again. What? Why is this one erroring? Erroring. Is it like, do we need to do add assert for like a comp time assert? Okay. No. I guess we can check out the documentation. You must put that assert in a comp time block. Oh, okay. So yeah, so like in Zig, the way, I mean, in Odin, the way I do this is right, like you know, hash assert, and then this part just says, hey, do this at compile time. Okay, so instead I want to just say comp time. Wait, is there not like a comp time assert? I mean, I could just wrap it in comp time, but I mean, okay. If that's the way to do it, that's fine. Comp time d standard dot debug dot assert. Okay. I mean, I think this is just as readable as, maybe actually this is better than having a separate comp time thing. No, this is still really. Why does this not like me? What's happening? Why is this complaining? Why is it wanting a comma? Like what? I do not understand this error message. Expected comma after field. Is this not going to evaluate to a boolean? Is this not like a true or a false? And then the assert's just going, if this is true, continue. If it's false, stop. Okay. So maybe this instead. Okay, let's try that. No. Maybe there's an easier way to do this, which is to say, since we're only calling this count lines once, if okay, no, this seems to have fixed it. Okay, and now it's back to the U8, U32 stuff. So now we're getting expected type U8 found. What? Did the simdiota function return U8? What was it? It was, yeah, simd.zig. What was it called again? Oh, did I close it? Oops. Oh yeah, I did. I relaunched Emacs. So yeah, it was like simd.zig, and then we went to the iota. No, we were saying we specified the type. Oh, is it the random shuffle function that wants the U32s instead? Random.zig shuffle. No, it looks like the shuffle we also have to specify the type. Yeah, what's happening? I don't know. This is saying just generate 0, 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 up to number of lines is U8s. And then we're saying just shuffle that. Why on earth is this saying this is U32s? Like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like the return type of this is like saying it's just a fixed length of type T. Yeah, I'm confused. Okay, my advice is just to change all those U8s back to U32 from now. Oh, hello. Yeah, we have another user in our chat. Hey. So yeah, I can show you what we're doing. Uh, I'm currently working on an app to help me learn a name of a bunch of animals, in particular, some North American butterflies. I got this book upon like a visit to California a while ago, and then I read through it, but there's just way too many, and I want to memorize most of these. So currently, we've built all of this from scratch so far, just using Raylib, and so you simply kind of click the you can it's just a tool for me to learn these by kind of clicking on the right options. So yeah, it's zebra, Satya, Anis. So yeah, this is basically what we're doing. Yeah, but currently we're merging two steps. Well, we merged two steps adjustments to some of the randomization code. In particular, oh yeah, am I a full-time programmer? No. I do this for fun, basically. Well, yeah, I mainly do theoretical mathematics, but I think it's really given how much of my life I'm using computers, it's something I enjoy doing. So yeah. But yeah. Yeah, in particular, I really like puzzle game programming, and there's a lot of, I think within the graphics programming, just within programming generally, there's the amount of mathematics programming uses compared to mathematics overall is like 0.001%, but of that small percentage it uses, I think it uses some cool stuff, like, especially using the quaternions in, yeah, a really nice application of, probably like the canonical application of quaternions outside in mathematics, and likewise with algebraic geometry and elliptic curves in cryptography. Like the list goes on. Yeah. But yeah, this is written in Zig. Have you heard of Zig before? Zig is a relatively new-ish programming language that I'm learning and that I really like. I find that like C is really yeah, I think a modern C is a good approximation to describing it. But I think it goes a lot further as well. Like the build system, even though I haven't learned too much of it, rather simply just like copying code and reading some parts of it, seems really powerful. I think like Lois and some others have done some videos where they've compiled, where they've gone into a project written in C, and the CMake file has just been a complete and utter disaster. Like no one can really understand it. There's so many issues with the compilation, and then I think, yeah, many times Andrew has gone, let's just build it using the Zig build system. Everything is rewritten from scratch, and then it builds like a charm, and there's no migraine. And I think even just this idea, right, that people could almost have like a career now simply going into like existing code bases written in C and C++ and going, the build system for this is ridiculous, let's just rewrite it using the Zig build system and save people time, is already like a great indication of how like powerful the tooling is for this language, let alone for the language itself. Yeah. But okay, back to this U8 compilation issue. So yeah, no, so I do want to, like, instead of just changing everything to U32s, I do want to understand like what here is being set to U32, and why does the compiler think that? Yeah, like I thought we were setting stuff to U8s, and then apparently not. Like, Oh, or maybe it's to do with this. Okay, I'll do your suggestion two-step and just rewrite stuff in terms of changing some U8s to U32s. Okay, so let's find a U8 and replace it with a U32 when I say yes. So, yeah, no, no, none of these. Not that one. Not that one. Yes, yes. No. Yes, I think this one we want to be yes. That one we want yes. Okay. Let's see if this works. Hopefully it does. Okay. This seems to be fine. Yeah, I'm not seeing the this butterfly here though. It's not the sulfur, it's not the satire, and it's not the checker spot, and it's not the swallowtail. Okay, so we need to fix the code so that the at least one correct option is in here. So let's do that. Let's see how common this issue is. Oh, interesting. We're getting the same image every time. That's a bit unexpected. Okay. So you said, yeah, is photo indices still a U32 array? Let's check. Indices. Yep, that is. Both of these are. So yeah, maybe photo index then. I mean, I guess. I feel like within this code though, like the photo index always starts off at 0, but the idea apparently that we shuffled stuff before. I guess why don't we just add in some print statements and see if everything really was. See what these photo indices currently are. So we say photo index indexes before shuffle. And then a photo indices. And then likewise, we'll do it after the shuffle here. Build. Okay. Oops. Okay, so yeah, things are being shuffled here. But for whatever reason, we're still loading the 0th option, right? If we go to our, we changed the name, so we need to open it again. All files. Okay, and actually, let's just immediately rename this while we can. So instead of the photo source license links, we should really name this .scv, CSV, comma separated value file. Okay, and then okay, and then likewise in here we want to change this CSV. Okay, but yeah, the fact that, sorry, the entire point of this is that the photo that was shown is the pipevine swallowtail. I'm pretty sure. Right. Um, yeah. So even though the zero index has been, I think maybe you set the index to zero instead of the first, instead of the index being zero. Yeah. Right. So instead of being zero here, we want to have instead a photo indices 0. Okay, and then hopefully this fixes the bug. Did I forget to add for the texture array? No, yeah, it looks like it's working now. Oh, what's happening? That was correct, and now it's duplicate. Okay, so now there may be a texture issue as well, since this one is neither the sulfur, the zebra, the littlewood satyr, or the checker spot. So let's then update the texture one as well. So hang on, when did we do this? We didn't do this in the render, we did this in the process input state function. So so currently you say here oh, I see. Wait, what? No, I'm confused. You said no, that's not right. I think it should be a 0 there. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll adjust that back then. Where were we? Okay, yeah. So you're saying start. Okay, start the index off at 0, and then yeah, then we update the button options with that, and then we'll need to, when we draw the image, so maybe the rendering function then has something incorrect about it. When we're drawing the remember we rewrote this so that reading top to bottom from the render function is what we see on the screen. So when we're drawing the image here, this looks fine to me. It says this photo text array. Oh, right. Yeah, instead of the current photo index, this should now be, what should we call it? Const photo texture index, and this is going to be whatever array it is, and then the current photo index, and then this array that we're calling is what again? Actually, go back to main. The photo indices. Okay. Photo indices. Okay. Yes. Sorry, I didn't pick up on that before too, Steph. Oops. Okay, and then we need to actually use this thing I just defined to fix the bug. So in the photo texture array, we're now calling photo texture index. Okay. Okay. Hopefully this fixes it. Okay. Yeah. That's. Is this not the Western Tiger Swallowtail? Wait, clicking on it isn't doing anything. What's happening? Wait, hang on. Now clicking on the correct option isn't working. Like none of these buttons are now working. Oh. Okay, not quite done with bugs, both the aviation kind and code kind. Yeah, what should we do? Okay, so like I'm in two minds. One thing is to kind of revert back before the merge and then add in the code. Another one, or we could continue just trying to fix this. So you're saying search for current photo index. Wait, yeah. So I'm trying to just remember these. I think I'm still trying to understand these changes. So, yeah, is the current photo index the one that increments by 1 each time, or is that something different? Like, what is the one that goes up by 1 each time? Yeah. And then the one we actually want to be using for all of the logic is called something else. No. I want to push through this and figure this out. So it's rather this like this current photo in like the photo index is like pointing to is now representing a position in this new array of shuffled things, and then and so I just need to be using something which yeah, so I need to just be replacing this current photo. Like normally, like beforehand, right, the current photo index was randomly changing and everything was being read off that, but this time I now need to be replacing those things with what this current photo index is pointing to in the array. So I kind of need to just replace all instances of current photo index with photo indices current photo index. Okay, so then that's something that's a task that's clear to me now. So then let's just search for all instances of this then. So yeah, so we're replacing it with photo indices, current photo index. Okay. Yep, and then it's fine. Draw text, photo info away. Okay, this one here should be adjusted then. I'm wondering actually maybe it would be easy to create some new global variable that just like instead of like adding in here like appending like photo indices to all of these to start with. Maybe this option is easier than making another global. Okay, so we've got that one. For this one here, we'll do that as well. Photo indices. And for this one here, we also want to change this. And then, okay, I might just do a global change if there's so many of these. Okay, so we want to replace photo index. Oh, come on. Oh. What's the name of it again? Photo index. We want to replace current photo index with photo indices. Okay, so current photo index with photo indices, current photo index. Okay, so yeah, no, 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 no. Do we want to change this one? Where's this one happening? Yeah, what's this one doing? So this is saying if the correct option has been selected, then why are we doing this? I thought the idea is to just increment the current photo index by 1. Yeah, so which is what this stuff down here is doing. So so get rid of yeah, let's get rid of this. Yeah, if the correct option has been chosen, update things, and then yeah, I think this is what we want it to be. Okay. But we can go back to okay, and then it looks like that's it. Okay. Okay. No, it's okay. You were trying to be helpful. I can't I'm not gonna shade anyone for that. Yeah. And I think also as well, right? Open. Currently, I'm just using Raylib, which uses this OpenGL backend. Eventually, sometime in the future, I want to learn the the Pandora's box that is Direct 3D 12, just so I can do native Windows stuff, and also just figure out the WASM stuff with Zig, so I can make apps that work at least on my machine and possibly others, and also get them to the web. But at this stage, I just want to do simple stuff. I'm still doing baby steps first. Before I even consider doing anything in 3D, let me just make a simple 2D app. This now seems to be working. And just as I said it was. Oh no, it is. It's just I don't know my North American butterflies. That's the zebra. This is the sulfur. That's the western tiger. This is the black swallowtail. Okay, this seems to now be working. Wait, why do I think this is the init? That's the pipeline. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be working. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Orca. I think when I went to Handmade Seattle a couple months ago, and I think Ben Visner said maybe I was curious, and then he said maybe just wait like a couple months before looking into it. So I'm just like, okay, I'll let Orca continue to develop before I look into it some more. Okay, why do I keep on thinking this is the init swallowtail? Is the pipeline, and this should be the init. Okay, I should be paying attention to the randomness of things. So let's just do this for a bit. Okay, so if this works out, if this is doing what we want it to, there should be no repeats for the first 8. Okay, so we've got the Littlewood 1, pipeline 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, all of those looked unique to me. Okay, and the next 8 should be unique as well. The zebra, Fatia, checker spot, the black swallowtail, the pipevine. Yeah, these look unique to me as well. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is working. Okay, okay, so yeah, lots of differences. Lots of differences happened. So we want to do okay, since I think, okay, let's just add everything and see how, okay, Git was smart enough to realize this was a rename, okay. Yeah, so we can say fixed bugs in pool request. App nearly done. Well, it's not. I never say it's nearly done. I say close to being done. Okay. Cool. Yeah. It's okay. It is all right. Look, I'm not gonna lie. At least this is better than a student I had who was interested in doing some stuff in Odin, and then I suspect they had good intentions, but I suspected that they didn't actually know how to compile stuff with Odin, and so they were just adjusting things on GitHub, and then whenever they would make a change, it would never compile, and I was like, I'm here to help. Anyway, okay. I think now then it would be a good. Okay, we need to do the README stuff. We can't just leave the README to the end. Maybe let's just spend 10 minutes doing that now. So README dot markdown. I forget this markdown format. Let's just make it a text README. Okay, so we can say we should describe what this is. This is a simple quiz game app to help its authors learn to learn common butterflies of native to North America. There's some really important points we should cover. The first is the Wikimedia Commons attribution stuff. The second is I should just reference this, given that I'm using it as a layout. ISBN stuff book. Yeah, I was really happy I made it to Handmade Seattle. It was a bit of a trip getting there, but that was totally on me because I wanted to have fun. So I took the train from Syracuse to Chicago, and then from Chicago to Salt Lake City. I wanted to go all the way to Seattle, but that would have meant that I missed out on Wednesday in the conference. So instead, I got off the train in Salt Lake City at like 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night, and then I had to stay up doing some remote lessons for some high schoolers, and so I went to bed at like, it was so bad. I went to bed at like 3, and then I had to wake up at like 4:30 to catch a flight to Seattle that like left at 7. And I didn't know how like that it was really quick to get through the Salt Lake City airport, so I could have actually like slept in another hour. But anyway, I then like arrived having barely slept whatsoever with my suitcase from the airport. Since I caught the train from the Seattle airport to the Seattle Central area, and then the monorail from Central area to Space Needle, and then walked from Space Needle to Handmade Seattle. But I basically like got in like 5 minutes, I think like 20 minutes before like the first talk started. I was like, getting here was a trip. But the train ride was really beautiful. Yeah, the train ride from, especially like primarily from Denver to Salt Lake City, highly recommended. Yeah, it was super beautiful. Actually, I can pull this up. If I do like Amtrak system map, PDF, this one, download this, please. Why is this not opening in Sumatra PDF? Come on. Yeah, I started off, where did I start off? In Syracuse. So I started off here, and then the train went all the way to here. And then it was a flight from here to Seattle. But yeah, this particular like Denver to Salt Lake City part was astoundingly beautiful. It was every hour the scenery changed in sometimes in subtle ways, sometimes in some big way. It was so beautiful. And there was this French lady I was talking with a bit, and she had purchased the like Amtrak pass, and so she said she had started off in New Orleans, and then like really went like all the way up the East Coast, and then was coming back around. And then she said that the part that we did was the most beautiful that she'd done so far. So like, yeah, that's really enjoyable. But okay. Okay. Back to work, not reminiscing of train journeys. So we should say all photos in this project are from Wikimedia Commons, and as such they have all been released under various Creative Commons public domain licenses, the exact so we can say the source, the sources, links to the sources of these images and to their licenses can be found in the file. What's it called again? Photo source license links.csv. Okay, and then we should say by default the butterflies, the order of butterflies that appear in the quiz are randomized, but if they were done sequentially as per the CSV file, I want to say they have the same order as in these books, but maybe there's a better way of rewriting that. I can say the list of butterflies was taken from the book National Familiar Butterflies of North America. Who is this by? Like I think this I think this is by like the people listed in the page before, like the title page, but it's a bit hard to tell. I'll just put on like the name which kind of appears everywhere else in the book, which is this National Urban Society. National Audubon Society. And then when was this published? 1990. Okay. This was published by KNOPH. And we should put the ISBN because that's like the easiest identifier. 978-0-679-72-981-5. Okay. Okay, and then we can say by default in the quiz randomize they would appear as they appear sequentially in the book. Okay, we should add in like at some stage we should add in just like build information as well. So we should say the project is written in Zig using again, I don't like using the word function because like mathematically function has a really specific meaning. Like procedure is kind of better. Using procedures from the raylib library. I guess this is where we should. I can copy what's in here so far, right? I can say. Oh, I can use macros again. Delete. Oh, something bad's gonna happen. We should really say this project created in Zig and includes a copy of the raylib of the common, not common, just raylib library. If you need to commit this, GitHub user and available at. See the page license details. Maybe just written in Zig using the raylib library. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Great. Yeah. Written in Zig using the raylib library, which is included in the I should really say like part of which is included in the project in the raylib. I think it's called direct raylib, right? Yeah, in the raylib directory. Yeah, so I think currently we should delete some stuff in here. Currently there's heaps of stuff in here that is not necessary. Like we can get rid of like all of these examples. I'm pretty sure. I want to say it should be fine to delete cmake. We need to be careful. I kind of want to delete everything except the source and the build.zig, but I don't know if this will cause any issues. What exactly are we doing? So we're just saying build everything within source. Okay. Okay. Let me just save all of this license stuff, and then we can start deleting stuff. But annoyingly, we need to change our gitignore file again. Anything ending in #ignore. And then anything with dot hash also ignore. Oops. Okay. Is there anything else we should add? At least at the moment. Because yeah, it's a bit past 8, so I do want to get dinner soon. I should probably say like the very in the first line, like currently in development, not yet released. I should also add in, like, given that I'm streaming this and recording it to YouTube where it is, I can say basically the entire development of this app basically can be found on YouTube at what's the channel? I think I need to do at loaded. Okay, right. And then I should also add in some stuff just regarding how the project can be built as well. Maybe this is like, yeah, the very first 3 things people care about is just one sentence of what this is, how to make it, and then the project can be built run with the command zig build run code from within the top directory. Links to the source of these images, their authors of these photos, their authors, and to the photo licenses. Okay. Maybe there's like spelling mistakes or whatever. We'll do that at the end. This is okay for the moment. Actually, that's a bit. I think that's a bit sloppy. Okay, we can. There's an easy way of doing this, right? I just simply drag something onto some line text. Any obvious typos. Not that I am seeing. Okay. Yeah, so added initial read file. Oh, okay. Okay, now let's do some of the deletion stuff. And since we've now saved it on GitHub, we can just revert stuff if it fails. We can just check out stuff if it fails. So, I don't think we need any of the examples. Delete. I don't think we need CMake. Don't need the logo. Do we need the parser? Okay, let's just, I'm going to say no. Yeah, I'm just going to say no. Probably some stuff in here we do need. The roadmap, no, who cares? This one, no. Some of these we will need to look at. What's this history? I mean, given this contains dates and stuff. Actually, it can go. Yeah, let's just get rid of everything we don't need. Do we need bindings? Probably not. What on earth is this file? Is Zig in here? Yeah, we don't need this. No, we don't need raylib bindings for Zigs. We initially did that, but Zig is a C compiler, so no need for that. I feel like these are the essentials. Okay, so let us see if we deleted anything that we actually needed. Okay, this seems to be fine. A for sure way of, since there's stuff in the cache, I feel like a for sure way of doing this, maybe this is like totally unnecessary what I'm doing, but if we just delete the Zig cache and then recompile it, it will have to redo all of the raylib stuff again, but this will just make sure that things are fine. Although it will take a while. Okay, this looks like it's working. Yeah, I didn't. Okay. Let's see how this thing is. Pipeline, checker spot, zebra, the black, the sulfur, the wood satya. Okay, great. So yeah, huge amounts of deletion. Actually, we should say in the README file that we've deleted a lot of this as well. Wait, yeah. So we want to say, the raylib library. We included the necessary source files from this in our project under the raylib directory, but deleted unnecessary. How do you spell unnecessary? Is it with two N's? Unnecessary. Parts of it, like its numerous examples. So yeah, the source, the files from it that are included are from a commit number. Okay. So we can say purged, purged unnecessary parts of the raylib library from the project. And updated the readme 8. Okay. Let's put that to the cloud and save it. And yeah, I'm feeling happy with the progress that we made today. as far as I'm concerned, this app is really close to being done. I mean, I could already from using it while testing it, I've already learned the names of 8 of these. And yeah, thanks again to Step for the simplification and extension of the randomization stuff that we've done. Yeah, amusingly, GitHub still like 96% of this, 95% of this project is written in C. Come on. But yeah. Ooh, maybe it's actually possible on GitHub to like link to the specific commit number. That could be something to think about in a later time. It would be good to add in some screenshots in the README as well. But I think primarily, actually, next time we just need to add in more photos. This book has heaps, and we've only added 8 so far. But yeah. So yeah, so I think I'll call it a night now, and yeah, thanks as always for tuning in, for the helpful suggestions and hints, and yeah, I guess I'll see you next time, and yeah, I'll likely stream tomorrow. Yeah, honestly, I found actually just like finishing each day with like 2 hours of coding in like a exciting new language is like something to look forward to. I think in a similar way that some people are like, oh, I like. Anyway, I've been enjoying it, and I'm gonna try and keep this up so far. So yeah, have a good night, and yeah, see you next time.